What's up guys, it's Fred again from Influencer Unchained, and today I'm going to show you an insanely easy YouTube video and channel idea and how exactly you can pull it off yourself to get tons of free traffic and make money on YouTube. And even if you don't necessarily want to show yourself on camera, I'm going to give you a great alternative method with a proven example of how you can do that and still thrive. But before we start, do me a very quick favor by gently smashing the like button and obliterating it for the YouTube algorithm, and you can also consider subscribing to my channel for more cutting edge videos about making money online and digital entrepreneurship just like this one. Plus you can check out my new investing channel as well. And with that, let's get started with the video. Alright, and getting started with it right away and to show you a few example channels and how they're doing. First of all, we have a sort of broader category of so-called reaction videos. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of these videos of people reacting to other popular videos, right?
Right.
Now, the main benefit of doing reaction videos and why it's actually great for beginners is that by reacting to already popular videos or topics or trends, you'll be able to sort of get that search traffic and also be more likely for your reaction videos to be suggested next to that original video. And not only that, but reaction videos have a decent chance in general to go viral or get a lot of views because people will often be interested to see how people react to especially more controversial or scary or emotional things, right? So that's the type of stuff people would want to react to because that's the stuff that's going to stir up the most news, get the most clicks and whatnot. And that's especially true if you have some kind of thumbnail and title that indicates that it's going to be somewhat of a controversial or interesting video for people to watch. And with that, getting into some examples of channels that have actually garnered success exclusively from doing reaction videos. And again, you don't necessarily have to only do reaction videos, but the reason that some of these channels focus specifically on them is that it's an extremely efficient way to create videos and also get a ton of views, right? Because you're going to be able to capitalize on already viral and trending topics. For example, Mr. Beast himself has a second channel, right? He also has like his own channel where he does stunts and challenges and things like that. But because it's so efficient and there's so much traffic that comes from doing reactions and it's so easy, right? He has a second channel and is able to maintain uploads very consistently with it by just literally watching other people's videos and just filming his, simple reactions to them. And yeah, I get that Mr. Beast is already very famous and popular, but again, everybody starts from zero, and plus that's not to say that, even a newer YouTuber's videos, if they're good and they're reacting to the right stuff, isn't gonna get a lot of views, right? And also on the other side of the coin, people who have uploaded consistently and done a bunch of videos and put in the effort, they do deserve to get more views, right? It only makes sense. But again, later on I will show you another way, even if you're not famous, you don't have to even show your face, and it's still a viable way to be able to sort of capitalize on this method and trend. But before that, moving on to a couple more examples of successful channels that do this, we also have, let's see, Graham Stephan, or The Graham Stephan Show, which is his second channel. And as you can see, some of his videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views, up to even millions of views, by literally him just watching other people's videos. If I just quickly hover over some of them, you'll see that he's just reacting to other people's videos, although he does record his own face, so that's sort of a commonality between some of these channels. But again, you don't necessarily have to, and I'll show you how in a bit. Anyway, for another channel that does this, we also have Asmongold TV. This guy is sort of a niche channel for a game called World of Warcraft, which I play, and I used to have a channel on that game as well. Anyhow, this guy's really famous, or this streamer, I suppose, is very famous for, first of all, he started by creating, video game related guides, but later on he just switched to doing a bunch of reactions, right? Because having grown in popularity, he just mostly reacts to other people's sort of trending videos, and he's getting hundreds of thousands of views as well, which is, and again, a very efficient way to make videos.
You guys are getting paid?
And now for a channel that doesn't actually show his face and yet still has a ton of popularity, we have this one here called Prince Vegeta, and this is just one example of a channel that does this. But basically, if you run through some of his videos, and let me actually show you an example really quick. For instance, we have Prince Vegeta, which is sort of an animated character, and you don't really even have to animate because, as you can see, you just have to, he's just like a static image, right? And it's just, sometimes he switches to different expressions, which you can very easily do. So this is like a different expression that he has, right? So he'll have like 2 or 3 different slides basically that you can just use something like Google Slides to make a slideshow with and just toggle between these different images, right? And that's all it is. And if you can't draw your own images, you can easily get somebody else, pay somebody on Fiverr like $5 to design multiple images even. Usually $5 will get you more than one image. Anyhow, this is an extremely easy way to not have to show your face, not have to be somebody famous, and you can even do something like this guy who actually has over 1 million subscribers, insane, and are getting hundreds of thousands of views as well, definitely rolling in, thousands of dollars per month at least. And let's see. So for example, for this video, he's reacting to the Venom movie trailer, which is like a recent movie trailer. And again, you'll see that if I just briefly scroll through this, you'll see that it's literally just within this small screen here, he's just playing the video, right? And all he's doing is toggling between these different expressions for his character and then just voicing over it, right? And one more thing I want to quickly point out before we actually get into our tutorial is that this channel, even though the person himself or herself that's doing the channel isn't like somebody famous, right? Or he's not even showing who he is, right? Or she is. But Prince Vegeta is a popular and famous character in the Dragon Ball, comic, manga, anime series, right? And so this is something very clever that they're doing. They're basically utilizing an already popular character's name and just sort of impersonating that character in a humorous way. So that is a way to sort of get traffic, right? Because people will recognize that name, and especially if they do videos or react to videos within this niche. So in this case, you'll see that most of their videos are related to the Dragon Ball niche, right? Or Dragon Ball funny videos, right? So for example, they're not in this Carnage video, but in most of the other videos like this one, they're reacting to like Dragon Ball related videos, right? So if you were to do something similar, you should still focus on some kind of niche and perhaps, put up or impersonate a character similar to what this person does here that is actually famous within that specific fandom, right? And so by niching down like this and by providing, content and reacting to content within the niche, it'll be a lot easier for you to grow because you'll become known for something specific and people will actually, feel incentivized to return to your channel.
Of course!
But anyhow, with that, let's now get into the actual tutorials for how to very easily create these types of videos for YouTube. And first, if you wanted to do some kind of reaction video where you just simply show your face without having to do this animated stuff or these animated slides, it's going to be extremely simple. Simply just download this software called OBS Studio, and this is actually what I use for my recording, and it's completely free. It works for Windows and Mac. So go ahead and download this and I'll show you briefly how it works. Alrighty, and here we are with OBS Studio. As you can see, this is my recording screen that I've customized and I'm moving the window around. But anyhow, to set up a video similar to any reaction video where you have your camera on the side, simply go over to the left side here where it says, let me expand this a little bit. Go over to the left side where it says sources. You'll notice that I have a bunch of sources. So this one that says Elgato Cam Link, this is what I use as my webcam, right? So you want to have one webcam slot here, and you can actually click on the plus sign to add whatever sources you need, right? So you have video capture device. This is what a webcam would be or a camera would be. So you would just click on the plus sign here, click on video capture device, and select the webcam or camera that you have connected. Next, what you want to do is to also project something on your screen, right? Because if you're going to be reacting to other videos that you're watching, that's what you have to do. So for that, you can actually do a variety of things. You can usually you would just do window capture, right? As you can see here, and window capture here is you can sort of capture any software or program that you have on your computer, such as Google Chrome or whatever browser you're using. And to add a window capture, again, you can click on plus and then just select window capture, and then you can click OK. And then once your window is added, you can customize the size, right? So here I am, I can move it around, I can resize it. It's actually covering my face. To prevent it from covering your face like this, you want to go over to the your OBS. Let me actually hide this real quick. So I can click on the eye icon. Let me first hide it. So here you'll see a row of eye icons. This is where you can toggle a certain capture source or a window source on or off. So here for my window capture 3, which is my newest window that I just set up, I can turn it on and off, right? So if I turn it off, here I also want my webcam to be prioritized to be on top of that new window, right? So then you can actually see my face. So here I want to make sure my Elgato Cam Link, which is my camera or webcam, I just want to drag it all the way to the very top. Let me do that real quick. So make sure it's at the top. And now if I retoggled my window right here, I can expand it and you'll see that my face is actually not covered anymore. And to react to a video, I can simply go back to YouTube, or you can download the video, right? You can download the video using any YouTube video downloader on Google that you find, and then just play it and then set that as the window, right? From your whatever video or video playing software that you use. And anyway, I can like do something like expand the screen and I can just start reacting just like that.
It'll be easy as 1, 2.
And then to actually record something using OBS to create your video, you can simply hit the, let me go back to my display capture here. So if I turn this off, here you can see OBS again. On the right here, we have this button that says, well, currently it says stop recording because I am recording right now because I need to explain this to you, right? But you usually just click on this, it'll say start recording before you start recording. And right now you can just, or after you click that, you can just talk into the video. You can do stuff with your screen and it'll record and capture everything. And it'll be in, if you go to file and click on show recordings, it'll be where all your video clips are stored. So you can definitely do multiple takes as well, right? You don't necessarily have to do one, large take for the entire video, because that's gonna include a lot of like mistakes usually, especially if you're a newer YouTuber. So it's perfectly fine to do multiple takes, and then later on you can use a video editing software, right? You can use any free video editing software and just string all the clips together extremely easily. Just go over to, for example here, delete all the ones that have mistakes that you don't want, and then just keep the ones that you want. And then after that, you just drag in each clip into your video editing software one by one, and then or you can drag them all in at the same time, right? And then just clip down whatever mistakes you have, usually at the beginning and the end, and then just combine them all into one video, and that is all you have to do. And to actually demonstrate this for you very, very quickly, here I have my preferred video editing software, which is Adobe Premiere Pro, but you can use pretty much any video editing software, such as the free iMovie for Macs. HitFilm Express is one that you can download as well, and there's some other ones that you can find online as well. Anyhow, here I can just drag in some of these clips. For example, I can, these are the clips that I recorded for this very video actually, which I have yet to edit at this point, right? So I can just drag these all into, well, I'll just drag a few in just to show you, into Adobe Premiere Pro here. I can do this, and then I'll just wait a little bit for it to load. Here it is, importing. And then all you need to do is to drag each video in sequence into the timeline, right? So here, this is where you actually combine your actual video, and most video editing softwares work almost the same way. They'll just have this main axis at the bottom or wherever it is where the main video will be, right? So this is just the first part of the video. I can just drag the beginning. I know that this is the real beginning because the first part is like a mistake, right? So trim out any mistakes, usually at the beginning and the end. I'll trim it off like this, and then I'll trim off the end. I'll have to listen to it to be sure. But anyhow, after that, I can drag this to the very beginning because that's my introduction, and I just keep going for each subsequent, clip, right? Like this. Drag this, just hypothetically, if this is the beginning of this clip, I'll just real quick drag this over, and then just move this in and combine it to form an actual video, right? Like by combining all these small clips together. And now, as for how to create videos just like this, where you don't even have to show your face, first of all, you have to have some sort of artistic background overlay with the character that you're sort of reacting with, right? That's replacing you as a person. So first of all, if you want, you can obviously design your own, but usually people would just take to Fiverr.com to find something to design some kind of character overlay for them. You can just type in, here I've typed in Twitch overlay, which is somewhat similar, but this doesn't necessarily involve characters. But you can often you can first of all message some of these artists to see if they are able to, create one with a character on it. And usually if they're good artists, they'll be able to do so, right? So, and these are great because for Twitch, which is a streaming platform, people also use the same software, OBS Studio, to stream to Twitch. So these overlays happen to work extremely well for OBS as well. So it fits your purpose if you're going to be directly recording through them, and you can actually put that as a filter onto OBS itself, so then you'll be speaking through that image filter that they've designed. But with that, you can't necessarily really toggle between the different faces, for example, for character expressions like with Prince Vegeta. So instead, what I prefer is, first of all, you prepare your logo, your background overlay from one of these artists, and then once you get a few of these images containing several different facial expressions, like what they have for Prince Vegeta, right? Obviously don't use the same exact images that he has, just create your own. And with that, you also need a voiceover for your video, right? Which you can do yourself by, say, you can actually go over to Google to look for a voice changer. Most of the free ones I don't think work very well, so you might have to pay for one time, which could be fine. And then, or you can also go to Fiverr again to find somebody to impersonate that, you know, that character that you want to impersonate, right? But in this case, you have to give that person the video to react to, and or you can give them some pointers as well as for how you want them to react to it. Give them like a brief script, but you basically just want to show them the video. You definitely want to show them the video so they can time out their reaction correctly, right? That'll be very important for when you put the video together. Anyhow, you should be able to find some impersonator. It doesn't have to be one listed on here. You can probably work with somebody to do a specific character that you have in mind as well. Anyhow, with all these components, the images that you have the overlay for your character, the voiceover, and then the let's see, the video itself that you're reacting to, which you can actually download straight from YouTube. Just go onto Google and type in something like YouTube downloader. And you'll be able to find something like, you know, any of these websites. Most of these work, but not all of them. Just try a couple and you can just paste in your YouTube link of that video and it'll just download that video for you. Anyhow, with all these components, you'll want to take to your video editing software. So let me just go back to it really quick. Alrighty, so here for example, this is actually, let me delete all this to start over for you to see. So here you can see in my main video window here at the bottom right, or the middle rather, here there's like V1, V2, right? And these stand for different video tracks because you want to overlay that video you're reacting to in a window on top of your character overlay image, right? What I mean by this is, for example, I have Prince Vegeta 1 right here, which is the Prince Vegeta image. This is just one of his facial expressions, right? I can have a second Prince Vegeta expression like this, so then I can, you know, use different ones for different parts of the reaction. And I can easily, if I zoom in real quick, I can easily drag and drop the edges to control the durations of his or whatever character's facial expressions, right? By the way, obviously you don't want to use Prince Vegeta himself because somebody else is already using it, but just, you know, make your own. And then what you want to do is to fill up the window right here in your overlay to have that video you're reacting to. So for that, I can just drag in the video into another track here, so V2. Notice how I have the images in V1 and then I have the video itself in V2, right? So here I can here's the video, right? I also want to resize the video so that it actually fits into the window that I have prepared for it, right? As you can see right here. It's like a video within a video, which is kind of neat. So here I have it, and let me just play this for you really quick. So here we have it, right? So as for the voiceover, you can just do it right here on your video editing software. Usually they'll come with a voice recording functionality, so you can do that, or you can just drag in the audio clip that you had or you recorded elsewhere. Pay somebody else to record for you elsewhere, right? Just drag in the audio clip and again drag and drop the ending, or drag and drop the durations or control the durations of your character's facial expressions to fit the actual reaction, right? And by the way, one more thing I want to quickly mention is that if you're paying other people to do voiceovers for you, which shouldn't be too expensive as well, it'll actually save you the cost of investing in a great microphone, right? So that's sort of a balance. If you buy the microphone, obviously it's going to be great for the long run if you keep using it, and it's just a one-time cost, right? But if you pay somebody to do a voiceover, you have to pay them every time, and if you pay them enough times and it adds up, it could exceed the cost of a microphone, but it's also less effort for you to record, right? So think about how you're going to do it. I would actually recommend paying for the voiceovers because that'll usually ensure much better quality, especially if you're a beginner. And with that said, that is pretty much all I want to show you in today's video. If you have any questions at all, feel free to write them in the comment section below and I will try my best to answer you. Plus, you can also check out my free YouTube ebook, which will be linked in the first link in the description box below. That'll teach you how to turn your hobbies and passions into a profitable YouTube side hustle. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it or found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!